Clinical experience, practical insights, and meaningful discussion in psychiatric practice. Thank you once again for joining us. And now Dr. Piyush will come and honor our guest today and give bouquet to all the guests. Dr. Sachin sir, Dr. Sachin Arora. Please come here. Please come, Dr. Vipul Rastogi, sir. Dr. Nikhil Goel, sir. So they are our panelists. Dr. Anusha Garg.
उठा के वापस
Dr. Sachin sir, you can sit here. Dr. Nikhil sir, you can sit here please. Thank you so much, Dr. Piyush. I will now invite our moderator for today, Dr. Anusha Garg. She is a senior resident in Ibhas Institute to kindly take over the session. Dr. Anusha.
Thank you, Sangeeta ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone. It is a privilege to be here among such distinguished colleagues. It's a World Poetry Day. So, बशीर बद्र की कुछ गज़ल के साथ शुरुआत करेंगे। सर झुकाओगे तो पत्थर देवता हो जाएगा, सर झुकाओगे तो पत्थर देवता हो जाएगा, इतना मत चाहो उसे वो बेवफा हो जाएगा। हम भी दरिया हैं, हमें अपना हुनर मालूम है, हम भी दरिया हैं, हमें भी अपना हुनर मालूम है, जिस तरफ भी चल पड़ेंगे रास्ता हो जाएगा। कितनी सच्चाई से मुझे ज़िंदगी ने कह दिया, तू नहीं मेरा तो कोई दूसरा हो जाएगा। मैं खुदा का नाम लेकर पी रहा हूँ दोस्तों, जहर भी इसमें अगर होगा तो दवा हो जाएगा।
क्या बात?
तो वर्ल्ड पोएट्री डे कविताओं से जिंदगी है, ऐसा लगता है मुझे। So it is privilege to be here among such distinguished guests. Today's session focuses on real-world clinical experience. While evidence and guidelines guide us, it is our day-to-day clinical practice that truly shapes patient outcomes. I'm confident that today's discussion will be very insightful, practical, and engaging for all our guests. Let me take a moment to introduce our esteemed guest and panelist, Dr. Sachin Arora sir. Dr. Sachin sir is a consultant psychiatrist and addiction specialist with over 14 years of experience. He's a faculty member at Delhi Academy of Medical Science, DAMS, we all know, and accomplished educator who has trained thousands of medical students across country, including me. He is also the founder of Cortex Advisory and is widely recognized as a contribution of psychiatric education and digital mental health awareness. Thank you, sir. We are very grateful to have you. A cheer for sir. We have Vipul Rastogi, sir. Dr. Vipul Rastogi is the clinical regional head at Sukoon Health, Delhi NCR, and a TEDx speaker with 2 decades of experience in neuropsychiatry across UK and India, with formal training in both neurology and psychiatry. He brings a unique brain-mind integration approach in mental health. He is also the author of What You Were Never Told, Journey About Adolescence to Adulthood, focusing on preventive mental health care and youth well-being. Thank you, sir. आवाज नहीं आ रही। Dr. Nikhil Goel, sir. Sir is currently serving as professor and head of the Department of Psychiatry at Government Medical College, New. He is also the nodal officer of Drug De-Addiction Center and Tobacco Cessation Center. His clinical interests include bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, women's mental health and addiction, reflecting a strong commitment that we all need at present to comprehensive psychiatric care. We all need comprehensive psychiatric care. Just to sir, thank you, sir. Now we'll go back to our college days and we learn little bit about Lonanserine. So, little bit about Bonanserine. It is designed in Japan, and then it is introduced in Japan, India and UK together. So, this is me. So, पहले इस्तेमाल करें फिर थोड़ा सा विश्वास करेंगे हम. So, it's an atypical antipsychotic, serotonin dopamine antagonist, also a potential mood stabilizer. We'll know why. It is developed, as we discussed, in Japan. A discovery phase focused on creating an atypical antipsychotic with strong dopamine D2, D3 antagonism with fewer intrapyramidal side effects. So it blocks D2 receptors, reducing positive symptoms of psychosis and stabilizing affective symptoms for the mood symptoms. Blocks serotonin 2A receptor, causing enhancement of dopamine release in brain areas, thus reducing motor side effects and possibly improving cognition and affective symptoms. The good thing is, action at D3 receptor could theoretically contribute to Lonanserine's efficacy, which makes it different from others. So dosage is 8 to 16 milligram, that is advised, in 2 divided doses. The formulation comes in tablet form 2 mg, 4 mg and 8 mg. So there is also powder formulation, that is 20 mg per 1 gram powder. Initial phases we can start with 8 mg per day divided in two doses, and maintenance dose is 8 to 16 mg divided in 2 doses. Maximum some people have given to 24 mg per day also. Lonanserine should be taken after a meal, as maximum concentration increase in fed state. However, because the increase in systemic exposure continues until it is 4 hours after food intake. Lonanserine can be taken before bedtime also. So Lonanserine, the good thing is, has 94 times more and 20 times more efficacy for D2 receptors compared to risperidone and haloperidol respectively. So there is a small case, a 29-year-old male patient case, schizophrenia, maintenance on haloperidol 20 mg. So there is a exacerbation of symptom on medication after a property dispute in the family, and he turned out very suspicious, violent, broke a cabinet on some utensils, and so he demanded something which is more potent than haloperidol, as we know Serenase. So Lonanserine was tried. So Lonanserine has the improvement in score in PAN-SS score was 38.7%, haloperidol has 24 and placebo 16.4 over 6 weeks. So the drug-drug interaction that we cannot avoid. It is metabolized by CYP3A4. So the more potent inhibitors are ketoconazole, erythromycin, which are ketoconazole still used, may increase the level of Lonanserine. And potent inducers like phenytoin, carbamazepine, we must take care if we are giving with anti-epileptics, may decrease the level of Lonanserine. Okay, so this is a very, very little short thing that just to revise what we know already. Now I would like to request Sachin Arora sir to share his insights regarding the drug and the usage in his clinical practice, sir.
Long press.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Anusha. So our entire agenda of this evening was experience sharing with Lonanserine. Rather than about the drug, it's more prudent that we talk how we have used it. See, the CME is usually on a new drug, but this drug is not new. I remember taking a lecture on Lonanserine 13 years back when it was introduced. So we have been using it for more than a decade now. It is not just any antipsychotic which is atypical, D2 and 5-HT2A. The 3 cents, the 3 takeaways in the mechanism or pharmacokinetic from my side is the 5-HT2C profile is good. So it is a metabolic friendly antipsychotic. We all know that 5-HT2A is antipsychotic action and 2C is weight gain and metabolic profile. So 2C is good. So better than olanzapine, quetiapine, clozapine as far as metabolic profile. Then D2 antagonism, even if it is very potent D2 antagonist and high D2 occupancy than haloperidol, but surprisingly the EPS is less as compared to the typical antipsychotics. And the third is safety profile in elderly. So if I talk about my experience, I would like to request other panelists and everyone in the house to share. So my experience with Lonanserine has been over 80 to 90 patients in last 10 years. And satisfactory results in 70 to 80%. But the catch is, I have not dared to try it as a monotherapy. usually use it as an add-on agent. And second catch is you have to be careful of the dosing. It does not work below 8 mg. So 4 mg is the tablet, BD is the minimum dose to start with. And safety profile in elderly is good because less postural hypotension type of a thing. So the discussion will go on, and I would request others also to share.
Thank you so much, sir. I would like to ask one question regarding the Blonanserine. In what kind of patients you start Blonanserine? Like how you structure that? I want to start in this kind of patient. Like 80 to 90 patients you are telling us, but how do you select those patients?
See, the indication given in textbook is schizophrenia, bipolar maintenance, depression with psychosis. Per se, I have only and only used in schizophrenia. Secondly, I have not used in acute psychosis. Acute psychosis, we can't take chances, and we are more comfortable with risperidone and as our go-to drug. So schizophrenia I have used, but not as a first line or as a monotherapy. With predominant delusions and hallucination profile where T2 blockade is required and the patient is partially responding to a previous medication. So I've used it as an add-on rather than monotherapy.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your insights. Now I would like to ask Vipul sir to share his insights in his clinical practice regarding the drug.
So I don't think I've used it very much. I think one point that I'm taking from here is that the right dosing is important, because generally you would start with a 2 milligram or 4 milligram or give up on it. So the right dosing for the right amount of time is the best way forward. And the analogy I can remember with Blonanserine is I was a resident in the UK in 2005, 2006 when aripiprazole was launched.
Yeah.
And everybody was very excited about the side effects profile, and people prescribed it a lot. But then everybody came back, it does not work. How many of you prescribe aripiprazole now with a lot of confidence?
Sir, not maybe as a monotherapy.
I mean, I use it a lot, and some of us use here. But the problem even at that time with aripiprazole was that we were only giving it to people who were treatment resistant. So, and so ultimately, people who are not responding to olanzapine, Q-tip, risperidone, we would give aripiprazole. It's new, maybe it will work. But it was not expected to work anyway for a treatment resistant. So I think that is the same problem that is coming with Blonanserine. We are not using it as a monotherapy, as the first step drug to build up any confidence on the use of that particular medicine. So, and that, like what Dr. Sachin was saying, that we've used it as an add-on when nothing else is working. So, and we will never be sure whether the medicine itself is working or it is the add-on effect. So, I think in theory, the metabolic profile, the side effects profile is excellent. Unless we use it on some patients with acute psychosis, we are never going to develop confidence on the particular drug. And I think that has been the issue with Blonanserine.
So, sir, have you tried in a patient with some affective symptoms with schizophrenia, just maybe as an add-on?
I have used it as an add-on, and again, the underdosing is a problem, right? You just leave it at 2 or 4, and then you say, okay, kuch farak nahi pada, you change it, because in acute psychosis, you want some changes or some relief to come very, very quickly.
Yes.
So I think I'm also guilty of the same mistake that most of the people have done. So yeah. Hopefully we'll use it more.
That's a good. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your insights. Now I will request Nikhil sir to share his perspective regarding the drug in his practice.
Good afternoon, one and all present here. First of all, I want to thank Dr. Piyush, छोटा भाई है, फ्रेंड है, जिसने इतनी बढ़िया फैसिलिटी डेवलप करी है, दैट टू ऑन अ मेन रोड. हर कोई साइकेट्रिस्ट आई थिंक मन से चाहेगा कि इतनी बढ़िया और इतनी अच्छी फैसिलिटी डेवलप करे. सो आई मस्ट कॉन्ग्रेचुलेट डॉक्टर पीयूष एंड टीम. बहुत अच्छा. सेकेंडली ये टॉपिक बहुत अच्छा है. ब्लोनेंसरीन के बारे में मैं कुछ चीज़ें बताऊंगा, मेरा एक्सपीरियंस क्या रहा. जब मैं पीजी कर रहा था, फाइनल ईयर पीजी 2014 में डॉक्टर प्रकाश बेहरे के अंडर, सर के अंडर, तो सर पहले सेवाग्राम में थे, एमजीआईए में सेवाग्राम के प्रोफेसर इन हेड थे. फिर सर ने 2011 में स्विच कर लिया टू आवर इंस्टीट्यूट जेएनएमसी वर्धा. तो जब सर आए तो सर के साथ बहुत सारे ट्रायल्स भी आए, जो इंडिया में जो ट्रायल्स चल रहे थे, जो सर के अंडर चल रहे थे. तो वन ऑफ द ट्रायल वाज ब्लोनेंसरीन का. तो फेज 3 ट्रायल हमारे इंस्टीट्यूट में कुछ समय हमने भी देखा है. तब आई गॉट टू नो अबाउट दिस ड्रग ब्लोनेंसरीन. तो हमने 6 महीने थोड़ा सा उसके ट्रायल्स की जो फाइंडिंग्स थी वो नोट डाउन करना और उनके जो मैन्युफैक्चरर्स हैं उनको भेजना, तो वो सब था। सो अबाउट द जो इसके रिसेप्टर्स हैं, ठीक है, जिस पे काम करता है मेजरली, जैसे डॉक्टर सचिन ने बताया D2 रिसेप्टर मेन है जिसमें काम करता है। इसका एक पॉजिटिव इफेक्ट है कि जो बाकी सेकेंड जनरेशन एंटीसाइकोटिक्स है उनके कंपैरिजन में इट डजंट कॉज एनी डिजीनेस, ठीक है। पोस्चरल हाइपोटेंशन जो आपको सेकेंड जनरेशन एंड मेटाबॉलिक एब्नॉर्मलिटीज जो आपको देखने को मिलती हैं वो इसमें नहीं है, तो ये पॉजिटिव बेनिफिट है विद यूजिंग ब्रोनेंसरीन। सेकेंडली, यस, वेरी वेल सेड कि एक्यूट क्राइसिस में आप नहीं दे सकते बिकॉज इट टेक्स अराउंड 5 days टू इनिशियली बिल्ड अप द ब्लड लेवल्स, ठीक है। तो आपको मतलब ऐसा मेडिसिन चूज करना पड़ेगा उस टाइम पे कि पेशेंट को कंट्रोल करें, मैनेज करें, लेकिन आप ब्रोनेंसरीन यूज नहीं कर सकते। सो दिस इज द सेकंड इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट। थर्ड एंड yes, dosing is one of the most important thing। 4 milligram, मतलब आप इसको एज अ सिंगल डोज भी, OD डोज भी यूज कर सकते हैं, once a day डोज अराउंड 8 मिलीग्राम के आसपास आप यूज करेंगे, उसका भी सेम इफेक्ट मिलेगा। सो आई थिंक एंड वन ऑफ द इम्पॉर्टेंट पॉइंट इज कॉस्ट इफेक्टिवनेस, ठीक है, इन कंपेरिजन टू अदर बड़े साइकोटिक्स, ठीक है, एंटीसाइकोटिक्स। ये इसकी जो मार्केट वैल्यू है, जो प्राइस रेट है, दैट इज ऑन अ लोअर साइड, सो अफोर्डेबिलिटी इज बेटर फॉर सम पेशेंट्स। ये पीयूष ने मेरे को कहा था कि सर ये ऐसा भी है तो आप लोग में से कोई बताना चाहे, आप लोगों के
Some cases of anemia and other patients. So my question to madam, first tell me, this is a narcotic. License are required these medicines? Narcotic. Is it a narcotic?
No, NDPS में सर नार्कोटिक ड्रग्स एंड साइकोट्रोपिक सब्सटेंस है, जितने भी बेंजोडाइजेपिन्स, एक्सोलेटिक्स आते हैं सर वो आएगा। लेकिन साइकोट्रोपिक सब्सटेंस में जो हमारा जैसे एंटीसाइकोटिक्स हो गए, SSRIs हो गए, वो सारे साइकोट्रोपिक, तो आप इसको कह सकते हैं कि वो NDPS में आएंगी ये medicines।
आएंगी।
जैसे एलोपेरिडोन है, ओरेंजापिन है, कार्बामाजेपिन है, कोई भी आप मेडिसिन ले लो जो मूड स्टेबलाइजर्स हैं, एंटीसाइकोटिक है, तो क्योंकि ब्रोनेंसरीन इज एन एंटीसाइकोटिक मेडिसिन, तो वो भी NDPS एक्ट में आएंगी, लेकिन नार्कोटिक नहीं कह सकते आप इसको कि अकेला ये नार्कोटिक ड्रग है।
But it is easily available, I think.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And second question, Dr. Sachin, please sir, you have mentioned some powder, 1 gram powder. It's along the some another medicines we can take the HS powder form.
In India, it's not available.
Okay. Okay. Only for oral. Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So, I would now like to. This is an open discussion. It is open for all. Anybody wants to ask any questions to our panelists, they are welcome. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So my question is that, like Dr. Vipul gave me an analogy of aripiprazole, even I'm thinking of that. So is there any experience of using clonazepam for the indication of impulsivity? Let's say in borderline personality disorder, if we have to give something for impulsivity, or in teenagers, has there been any experience for that? Like the indications which we would use aripiprazole for?
See, impulsivity in borderline, we say mostly for micropsychotic episodes we use antipsychotics. And only 2 antipsychotics have evidence-based in borderline. One is risperidone and one is aripiprazole. Theoretically, you can use olanzapine, you can use haloperidol, anything. But so far, I haven't come across clonazepam evidence in borderline personality disorder or for aggression management or for impulsivity. And as far as we know, previously we were managing impulsivity by antipsychotics. After this protein kinase C story has come up, our focus has shifted to endoxifen. So we are more into impulsivity management by that. Antipsychotic in teenagers and for BPD is mainly short-term antipsychotic for micropsychotic episode as far as I remember.
Ma'am, you can share your experience also, if any clinical experience you have been with Clonazepam.
No, I have not used.
Okay. So, the floor is open for discussion. Anybody wants to share their own clinical experience, ma'am, if you would like to add something on the...
What happened, there was one patient of mine, she was on multiple drugs. So I thought that she would try out this. But she started having EPS. She had octocurric crisis with it. She was on a full dose of 24 milligram, but did not improve with it. So we had to go back to, we tried a lot of drugs. We tried olanzapine, we tried Resvedol, we tried haloperidol. What not of the earth I have tried for her, but did not help, and I had to go on clozapine. She's a very young girl, 19-year-old, with cluster B traits and bipolar disorder. Eventually, when you grow up, you tend to have a lot of stressors in your life also. So she becomes agitated because of cluster B. The mood dysregulates, and then she goes into a full-blown episode. Most of the time, she has been admitted with us, maybe for 2 months, and she just started her college. We tried a lot of medicines. We did ECT also, but nothing helped her. So we had to take her on clozapine. I have a very, very less experience with Bolmesine, but I also had a similar question like ma'am about using it in DPD. But yes, I think the world is open to the experience of Bolmesine, like aripiprazole.
So any practical challenges, sir? This is my question. Any practical challenges in the current scenario with the drug that you would want to mention? Mostly in the practice, in the private practice.
I think EPS is the main with which we have to stop the drug. And in the EPS, the main problem is akathisia, the tremors, the rigidity, the hypokinesia. These are the few challenges which we face while using this medicine.
Okay.
But that to on a higher dose, around 16 milligrams to 24 milligrams.
Basically, the indication says 8 to 16 milligram. 24 milligram is the highest possible dose that is advised. So we can actually go in a range of 8 to 16 to have a safe clinical profile. And any other questions from the audience?
Comparatively to aripiprazole.
So it has been mostly compared with Resvedol and haloperidol. Aripiprazole के साथ अभी इसका आया नहीं है सर कुछ भी, मतलब as far as I know from the studies which we have read, haloperidol के साथ है, Resvedol के बराबर की efficacy है, थोड़ा सा better है, but aripiprazole के साथ तो आप लेते हैं।
सर टेक्स्ट बुक में ना ये काफ़ी अंडररेटेड है। अगर आप गाइडलाइन खोलेंगे ना मॉड्सले की तो क्लोनासेन आपको नीचे मिलेगा। अभी भी रेस्पेडॉन, एरिप्राजोल, क्विटियापिन ज़्यादा फेमस कहें या ज़्यादा वांटेड ड्रग्स कहें। क्लोनासेन को आए हुए 10 साल हो गए सर, लेकिन अगर आप इसका मार्केट शेयर देखोगे तो हार्डली 8 to 10% ऑफ एंटीसाइकोटिक यूज़ में आएगा। इससे ज़्यादा तो क्लोजापिन है, जबकि वो ट्रीटमेंट रेजिस्टेंट है। तो मुझे नहीं लगता कि ये उतना फेमस हो पाया जितना इसका फार्माकोकाइनेटिक और फार्माकोडायनामिक प्रोफाइल प्रॉमिसिंग था। अब वो क्यों नहीं हो पाया, दैट इज समथिंग डिस्कशनेबल, क्योंकि इतनी एक्सेप्टेंस आई नहीं इसकी बिगिनिंग से। वी ऑल हैव यूज्ड क्लोनासेन आई थिंक, बट ऑल ऑफ अस हैव लिमिटेड एक्सपीरियंस विद दिस। दैट्स व्हाई वी आर डूइंग दिस, दैट आर वी कॉन्फिडेंट इनफ विद दिस मॉलिक्यूल। मतलब हमें लगता है कि हम कॉन्फिडेंट हैं। पीयूष, एनीथिंग टू ऐड?
As we know, in our residency, we do journal clubs. In my first journal club, the article was on clonazepam. And clonazepam article was, we had to present it. The odd thing about that article was it was retracted. Now, because of the study design and the study, the way it should have been conducted as advised by the ethical committee, they did not do it in the right way, and that's why it was retracted. But one of our professors, Dr. Nitesh Khurana, he has a way of, I would say, create a scenario where one would do certain things. For example, completely present the whole journal, whole article, and then will ask like, why did we present this article? What is wrong in it? Then, if you are able to identify the study design and the ethical committee clearance and everything, then you will get to know that these are the faults, and because of this article was retracted. So initially I was reading about the Lonansary right now, and then 2 of the articles for open label study, they were retracted because of the study design. So that's a negative thing about it. Positive thing is it's colorless and odorless. You can mix it and give it. So that's
It's very
But,
important. It's very important. This characteristic is very important in some cases where it is mandatory to give the medicine, but it's a challenge to give the medicine.
So, as a psychiatrist, we know that our medicines usually take time. And we working in private practice, it is very difficult to answer the family that 10% भी improvement नहीं आया. Then you also become anxious and then you change the molecule. So this could also be one reason that why we do not have a lot of experience on this molecule.
Also, ma'am, I have realized now the most of the part is like of a social psychiatry. We have to make them understand that you are thinking that the change nahi aaya, but the patient
Please
is.
come to private practice. Let me sit with you.
नहीं
And
नहीं
let you know
ma'am.
there's a lot of change. What we talk in government, आप जाओ मैडम ये दवाई खानी है.
Yes ma'am.
प्राइवेट में मैडम आप बता दो हम वो लिख देंगे.
हाँ.
That is how
Dr.
private.
I beg to differ. अब गवर्नमेंट में भी पेशेंट्स बहुत ही एप्रीहेंसिव, पेशेंट्स पेमेंट बहुत एप्रीहेंसिव हो गए हैं, बहुत एंशियस होते हैं कि भाई जल्दी से जल्दी रिजल्ट आए. मैंने एक दिन में मतलब अराउंड 11 o'clock एक फीमेल पेशेंट एडमिट की विद मेनिया, फर्स्ट या सेकंड एपिसोड था, और शाम को 5 बजे लामा लेकर चले गए. कहते कि सर अभी तक आराम नहीं आया. अब बताओ मैं कहाँ जाऊँ. जबकि आप बिलीव नहीं करोगे, हम उनकी इतनी मतलब वो एक डॉक्टर फैमिली से बैकग्राउंड उनका कुछ ऐसा था, तो हमें पूरे अच्छी तरह से समझाकर उनको बताना पड़ा कि हम ये मेडिसिन देंगे, इतना टाइम लगेगा, सारी चीजें बताते हैं. उसके बावजूद भी वो
सर चैट जीपीटी आ गया सर.
हम तो रोक नहीं सकते जी. सर वो दिया सर, पेशेंट थोड़ा ड्राउजी हुआ, थोड़ा नींद वगैरह आई जो पिछले 4-5 दिन से नहीं आई थी, बट स्टिल दे वांटेड द कंप्लीट इंप्रूवमेंट.
Magic.
वो सर वी कैन नॉट
Newer age challenges sir.
डेफिनेटली प्रैक्टिस करो.
This is a
Soon, sir.
question to the panel. Can I?
Yes ma'am please.
This is a question to the panelists that it's very surprising that when we think of Respirodon in today's day and age, everyone has become so, all doctors have also become very cautious of the cardiovascular effects, the cholesterol, the metabolic effects of all these drugs, and even then Lonansary is not coming up because if it has the efficacy equivalent to Respirodon, but with no metabolic side effects, it's very surprising that we are not wanting to use it for monotherapy.
Look, in theory, it is a very, very good molecule, right? But unless we develop confidence on the molecule, you cannot even pitch it properly to the patients कि इतना समय लगेगा, इस डोज पे जाना है, ऐसे ऐसे करके इसकी डोज बढ़ाएंगे. So if a patient is very unwell, then no doctor is going to use it at the beginning. If somebody is a bit doubtful, and you might start with somebody who's got a breakthrough symptoms, partial response, then it becomes a bit easier to pitch it or use it. But somebody who's very symptomatic, unless you have yourself got a very good experience with it, you're not going to use it as a first line.
So in the maintenance phase, it's a good drug to consider.
आपकी बात ठीक है उसमें, but जैसे मैं वापस आता इंग्लैंड में हमसे कहते थे, what gets you well keeps you well. Why would you change something which is working fine unless you have to because weight gain बहुत हो गया या पूरे दिन सो रहे, you will not take that chance. So you will do it. I mean, unless we use it, we will not develop confidence. That's the first thing, right? So you'll use it for milder people who are you're not sure ये depressive psychosis है या psychosis है, you might try it there. You build up confidence and then you're good to go. But we've not reached that stage where we've actually used it in 10, 20 patients to have personal confidence in prescribing the medication.
One more thing, market availability. जो market availability of the medicine, that is also important. कई बार क्या होता है, मेडिसिन स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं लेकिन आप चाहते हैं कि मैं ट्राई करूं, आपने पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन जस्ट कंप्लीट किया है, so you want to test the things, लेकिन मार्केट में अवेलेबल ही नहीं है, तो वो एक चैलेंज हो जाता है. तो आई थिंक ये भी एक इम्पोर्टेंट पॉइंट है.
Any more questions regarding Lonansary?
I think Dr. Desai would be able to help us.
Sir, we were discussing on Lonansary, and as you are here, I think you might or you have to give us a lot of insight about the use of Clonazepam and your experience.
No experience with Clonazepam. Sorry.
Your comment, sir.
नहीं कुछ भी नहीं है. I'm happy to be here.
Sir, I am also not using Clonazepam. Sorry.
Just announce it.
I would like to greet Dr. Nimesh Desai sir. He's with us. He was the director of EBAS earlier. I'm really happy. We're really grateful that sir you are here and you are attending this. And we would really like to have some insights regarding the drug or anything that you want to share with us. Our audience will be.
नहीं है सर नहीं है. क्लोरोसेरिन का आइडिया बिल्कुल नहीं. स्किज़ोफ्रेनिक ट्रीटमेंट की बात कर रही है तो ये लोग बहुत अच्छे हैं.
Dr. Jatin, Dr. Varsha.
Clonazepam, yeah. So I've had very good experience with Clonazepam. और actually हम लोग almost 10 years से use कर रहे हैं. Right from our PG training we have been using it. And जो हमारा experience रहा है, it works very well even in treatment-resistant cases. Close up in जहाँ हम लोग नहीं दे पा रहे हैं, तो Clonazepam बहुत अच्छा काम करता है. मैं जनरली Clonazepam सेलिब्रिटी केसेस में देता हूँ, जहाँ पे पेशेंट को साइड इफेक्ट ज़्यादा हो रहे हैं. Somebody is a singer, somebody is a you know kind of जिसको साइड इफेक्ट प्रोफाइल नहीं चाहिए, साइड इफेक्ट नहीं चाहिए, वहाँ पे हम Clonazepam ज़्यादा देते हैं. Otherwise it's a very good molecule. Even first line में मैंने कुछ पेशेंट्स में ट्राई करा है. Modest efficacy, not very good in first line cases. जहाँ Risperidone या Trifluopiracin काम करता है, वहाँ इतना सर Clonazepam काम नहीं करे, but हाँ side effect wise it is a very good molecule. Does not cause much of EPS, does not cause any other sedation or any other issues. मैंने आपको बोला, अगर कोई पेशेंट है जिसको साइड इफेक्ट नहीं चाहिए, already probably the patient is already on Risperidone, Trifluopiracin or some other antipsychotic, उसको EPS हो रहा है, उसको metabolic side effects हो रहे हैं, तो फिर हम Clonazepam पे शिफ्ट करते हैं. I had a national level tennis player who was having a lot of side effects with the Risperidone, and he was saying कि सर मेरे को टेनिस खेलने में बहुत दिक्कत होता है, मैं शॉट्स नहीं मार पाता हूँ, तो मैंने उसको Clonazepam पे डाला. I started with 4 mg, gradually increased to 8 mg. There was no EPS whatsoever. Then I also had a singer who was saying कि उसको singing में difficulty होती है because of the vocal cords, थोड़ा EPS उसको हो रहा था, तो उसको भी हमने Clonazepam पे डाला and the patient was doing well. Then treatment resistant schizophrenia जहाँ Clonazepam से metabolic side effects हो रहे थे, neutrophil count कम हो रहा था, वहाँ पे हमने यूज करा है. Purely schizophrenia psychosis में मैंने यूज करा है, not used in bipolar और borderline personality और और EPS के चांस बहुत कम है. मतलब जितना मैंने जो हमारा क्लिनिकल एक्सपीरियंस रहा है 4 mg 8 mg देते हैं, तो उस पे इतना EPS नहीं आता है. अगर आता भी है तो you can just add a little bit of Pacitane. In comparison to other probably molecule जो आपके Risperidone है, Trifluopiracin और Haloperidol, उससे तो बहुत कम है. That way tolerability is very good.
Thank you sir.
Compared with ibuprofen.
सर आइसोप्रोजोल में akathisia बहुत ज़्यादा होता है. akathisia मतलब हमारे एक्सपीरियंस में तो इट इज सो बैड कि हमें या तो वो मॉलिक्यूल का डोज कम करना पड़ता है या फिर उसको बंद ही करना पड़ता है. दैट इज हाउ akathisia इज इन आइसोप्रोजोल. Clonazepam में we have not experienced any side effects as such. akathisia और EPS बहुत कम है. At least in our clinical experience that the doses that we have used 4 mg 8 mg और जैसे कि मैंने आपको बोला हम लोग उन पेशेंट्स में यूज कर रहे हैं जो कि ऑलरेडी ये एंटीसाइकोटिक्स पे है काफी टाइम से, तो उनके साथ ऑलरेडी प्रॉब्लम akathisia ऑलरेडी डन विद, ऑलरेडी हो चुका है वो इनिशियली. तो Clonazepam के साथ तो हमें कुछ देखने को मिलता नहीं है. तो मेटाबॉलिकली भी कोई नहीं. मोनोथेरेपी हमने यूज करा है एंड हमारा पीजी टाइम से ही हम लोग यूज कर रहे हैं. 10 years because our seniors, our consultants were using it that time also 2013-14 से जब से आया है तब से we are using it. And the problem is कि not many people know about it and there are very few brands also that are in the market. But no pharma company has marketed it also probably जितना अभी बाकी medicines की marketing हो रही है. अभी एंडोक्सिफिन है, कैप्टोप्रिल, मल्टीपल, उतना मार्केटिंग लोनांसरिन का शायद नहीं हुआ है जितना हमें लगता है। सर एफडीए एंडोक्सिफिन भी नहीं है, अभी होने वाला है, वी डोंट नो। आई थिंक वी हैव टू लर्न फ्रॉम दीज मेडिसिन्स दैट आर अवेलेबल इन इंडिया, और इंडिया में आप अगर देखेंगे तो even South Asian countries की population is very much similar to the Indian population. तो अगर यहाँ से कोई ड्रग बन रहा है और उसका इस्तेमाल हो रहा है, उससे बेनिफिट हो, तो we have to appreciate that. And probably आगे जाके अगर इसकी कोई स्टडीज आए यूएस में, अमेरिका में, तो वहाँ पे भी शायद अप्रूव हो जाए।
For the US FDA, I think what I could understand is that it takes a lot of money from the pharmaceutical companies to do studies for it to get approval in the US. So, like you said, there isn't a lot of investment by the pharmaceutical companies for this drug. So, the US FDA is basically also run by the amount of investment the companies would do.
What they mentioned in the
medicine as well. It's not something
Maybe that's why they don't want to.
Risperidone and कोई उसी प्राइस ब्रैकेट में आता है, एंडोक्सिफिन का शायद इस वजह से वहाँ पे ट्रायल जल्दी हो गया, because the cost is, you know,
what they say regarding this thing, ki it's the data is not globally replicated, it is just used in some countries, so that is one of the reasons that it is not getting the FDA approval. So global data it's not replicated. So thank you sir for your practical insights in the practice. I now invite Piyush sir to greet Himesh Desai sir with a bouquet.
अरे नहीं यार प्लीज,
Please, sir, please.
ये मॉलिक्यूल है किसका यार?
Zydus का।
साइकिल वाली मैं यूएस वाला पॉलिटिक्स समझना चाह रहा हूँ।
Thank you sir, it's a pleasure to have you with us.
But sir, ये पॉलिटिक्स है क्या? Why यूएस एफडीए? Simple as that. I record for you. Lithium was introduced in Australia in 1949. FDA gave its approval in 1972. So lithium is a burning example of the American politics. Putting money here. तो इसमें किस तरह का एनालाइज होना है? Any idea what is it? But वाले को तो आने। So you are saying it's a local molecule?
Southeast Asian
मैं discovered here. Because आपको याद होगा सर्बिया के जो दो थे ना एंटीडिप्रेसेंट्स, tianeptine and what was the other one? They also the French molecules they didn't get for a long time. So FDA approval is for reduction and politics beside the money part. तो ये फिर ये करता है। एक और था इंडिया में से ही आया था भाई साहब, that is one of you remember, and it was Sanbucator. CDI का मॉलिक्यूल था, indigenously developed by CDI with PGNU collaboration. Never picked up. इसका समझना पड़ेगा। So essence क्या समझो उसमें for my learning की treatment resistance and intolerance, right? Yes. Monotherapy for treatment resistance to the or intolerable side effects. That is learning.
Thank you everyone for such an engaging discussion. Before we conclude, we have a special segment by Dr. Sangeeta ma'am to present an Amen Health and share insights into the vision and approach behind this initiative, this wonderful initiative we are here today. Give it a big clap. Thank you guys.
What is Amen? Amen is Ataraxia Institute of Mental Health and Neurosciences. So first question कि ये बहुत लोग पूछ रहे हैं डॉक्टर्स साइकियाट्रिस्ट कि एटेरेक्सिया, why this name? So I want to tell that it is a Greek word, and it is a meaning a state of calmness and emotional balance, and it reflects freedom from inner distress and mental turbulence. And it is also our goal to guide our patients toward more mental clarity and stability. So yes, ataraxia is a symbol of holistic, peaceful approach to mental health and healing. And also we choose our color lavender, so also want to tell something about this. And after we chose this color, there is also a molecule about lavender oil which has antidepressant property. So lavender represents our commitment to calm, balance and holistic healing, known for its soothing properties. So we are working on our 5 senses through lavender, and the fragrance, the color and the essence, all are lavender here. And also our toiletries are lavender, so which is known to reduce anxiety and improve sleep and also improve our mood. So in our facility, we thoughtfully infused everything with lavender, extending this calming experience into every aspect of care and creating a truly therapeutic environment. So what is our vision? So as you can see that our main tagline is mental health for all. So it's a Amen mental health for all. At Amen we believe that mental health is not a privilege, it's a basic human right. So just like physical health, emotional well-being is essential to live a meaningful, fulfilling and balanced life. So these are services we have. We have 24/7 emergency mental health services, OPD and IPD, de-addiction and rehabilitation services, neurology service. We have in-house neurologist, clinical psychology service and specialized clinics, and sexual wellness and also home visits. So these are the amenities we have, and this is the recreational area where we are sitting right now. So we do here art and musical therapy sessions. We have gym and yoga in this floor, and we have spacious rooms with privacy, and we have dedicated library, and we have in-house kitchen and cafeteria and hygienic meals. So the question is why you need to choose Amen. So it's a premium integrated care under one roof, and it's a cost conscious. It has very calm, soothing, therapeutic environment. We have very spacious. You can do a hospital tour after this session and after lunch. We have spacious rooms which are not claustrophobic rooms, and we are working on senses. So you will see that our approach is the sensory-based healing, and we have in-house multi-specialty team. Including neurology, clinical psychology, counseling psychology, art therapy, physiotherapy, yoga, dietitian. And we have we are working on comprehensive psychometric assessment, and you will see the rooms. We don't have any fan, and all the furnitures in the rooms are very curved, and we work our best to ensure safety, and we took anti-suicidal measures in the rooms, and patient-centered care with 24/7 support. And this is our whole team. So I would like to invite our psychology team to explain more about psychological approach in Amen Healthcare. So Miss Pratishta is the clinical psychologist here, and will give further insight about psychological work we do in Amen Healthcare.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Rashpreet Kaur. I am the consultant clinical psychologist here. So, psychological care here at Amen Health is provided at our OPD facility as well as the IPD facility. Under the OPD care, there is a triaging of the psychological concerns that the patient comes with. We initiate with initial screening of the presenting problem, which is followed by psychoeducation of the patient and their caregivers. And then we have psychotherapy sessions as required. And under the IPD care, we provide bedside psychological support, bedside psychological assessment, we have baseline assessments, and IPD setting provides us a very structured and controlled setting to stabilize the behavior, to contain the crisis and facilitate their emotional regulation. And as soon as we feel that the patient is getting better and the OPD care can be managed, we plan the discharge and we initiate a plan of management that they can continue at their home settings or outside, so that the psychological care and the psychiatric care is not hampered in any way.
Hello everyone, I am Pratishtha. I am a consultant clinical psychologist. So, psychological care includes assessments and psychotherapies. Assessments include standardized psychodiagnostic and neuropsychological evaluation, which includes Rorschach-Inkblot test, TEP, MESIC, SCT, MCMI, MMPI, and many others. In-depth understanding.
Okay.
An in-depth understanding of cognitive, emotional, and personality functioning, detailed reports with individualized clinical recommendations. In psychotherapies, evidence-based intervention tailored to individual needs, focus on emotional regulation, thought patterns, and behavior change. Short-term and long-term therapy models, goal-oriented approach to enhance coping and overall well-being. Now, Mona Lisa, please tell something about that.
Hello everyone, I am Mona Lisa. I'm a counseling psychologist and art therapy practitioner. At Amen Healthcare, we have art therapy. When word fails, we have art therapy. We can express our feelings and emotions through colors, strokes, sculpting, collage making, and in a non-judgmental space. We don't create any artwork just to make it perfect. We create artwork to express, reflect, and heal ourselves. We can get self-awareness, have a reflection through art therapy, and it helps to remove anxiety, stress. It helps patients with people with trauma and high distress, and it helps to calm your mind and make us happy. And it also helps to improve our cognitive functions, such as mandala helps specifically in improving focus and manage restlessness. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Roshika and I'm the counseling psychologist here. So our counseling services are designed to provide psychological support based on each patient's needs, and the focus is on helping patients process emotions, build effective coping skills, and improve behavioral regulation. So overall the aim is to provide goal-directed interventions that enhance daily functioning and overall well-being.
So hi, I'm Hashmita. I'm the psychology associate here, and we also provide a psychology internship at Amen, in which there's real-time clinical observation with consent, including case histories in MSc. There's supervised hands-on engagement with clients in a structured setting, and there's also exposure to how a multidisciplinary team works in the field of mental health, and there's practical training guided by experienced professionals at an accessible cost. I now hand it over to Dr. Sunita to conclude the presentation.
So it was about Amen Health. आपको कोई भी query हो, कुछ आप you can ask us. We would try to answer.
Internship program we have किया है क्या?
कर दिया sir. We have right now 3 interns. Dr. Piyush will tell in the detail.
So internship program depends on the university.
Yes.
How much the duration they want the internship.
My note is showing PhD implement. I think it's required as a 1 month.
Yes, there is this basic requirement, and if we have interns for more than 2 months, 3 months, depending on the requirement.
Okay.
We need a letter from the university that for what period of time they need the internship to be here, and then we formulate a plan accordingly.
Okay.
They have to complete certain arts basically.
But if you provide after finish the diploma certificate,
Yes, sir.
we'll send you.
Thank you. I would
Any
thank
other question?
the whole team that for the very comprehensive presentation, and that I'm also part of your team. I'm still very mesmerized by the level of presentation you guys have done. So thank you so much from my side.
One group for psychological assessments and cases like
Yes.
we can share.
Sure,
So you
sure,
can
sure.
make the group and join everyone.
I think Gurgaon needs more of such meetings to happen again and again. We have so many senior psychiatrists, so many experienced psychiatrists, and people who have given so many years of their life to psychiatry and the neurological services. If we work together, I think we can learn new things every day.
But you should be collaborate the one.
Yes, sir.
Every.
So any question for us? So it's a new setup. You can also suggest some advices कि हम ऐसा इसको better बना सकते हैं. We are open for your suggestions. Is mostly you are very senior people.
Because RTV's hospital we have not any indoor facilities for psychiatrist and psychology assistant.
Yes, sir.
So I hope we will plan together with you and set the
Thank you so much.
patient also.
So we need guidance from every stream of medical science, because we cannot leave our brains behind and make the body go out without the brain. So it's part of our own ecosystem. We have to be very holistic when we approach anyone, any sort of patient. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Dr. Anusha will continue.
बस अंत में हैं हम अब. बस आपकी 2 लाइनों के साथ हम बंद करेंगे कि उजाले अपनी यादों के हमारे साथ रहने दें, न जाने किस गली जिंदगी की शाम हो जाए. We would like to have you for lunch and visit our center, and we are always welcome for any suggestions and discussions. Discussion will go on, but suggestions are always welcome. And last thing, before you leave, we have a small token of appreciation for each one of you. Please do not forget to collect your goodie bags. Thank you guys. Thank you.
And